Hi everyone, this is Oishi, and today is going to be a really quick review of a book that I finished about 2 weeks ago. I have been trying to do this review for 2 weeks now, but there has been other stuff. Now, the book I'm talking about is Ruth Ware's The It Girl. I think it came out in the last couple of months, and we all know if you read thriller, mystery, etc. books regularly, you know that Ruth Ware is a name in thriller writing. So that's her latest, and let's talk about the book. So first, just to give an overview, we have one main character, and her past and present are sort of told in alternate chapters in before and after. We see that a lot in thrillers. And the MC used to go to Oxford, and her roommate, who was the it girl, got killed, and that's really the mystery. And the basis of the story is somebody went to prison for the murder, but right now, about 10 years later, it seems like they didn't do it, or at least there is a suspicion for that. And this MC is really, she was a key player in putting that person in prison. So she is really conflicted now, and she's like, was I wrong, and who really killed my best friend and roommate? So that's really the story here. Now, to further review, if you're a regular reader of mysteries and thrillers, this is not going to be anything new for you. I found the story to be really one note and very predictable, in fact. Because I do read a lot of thrillers, and I'm used to facing a lot of red herrings and complications and circle backs. And really, I enjoy complicated plots, and when that's done well, even simple plots can be done well if there is that extra layer. Sometimes it's the atmosphere, sometimes it's the writing that's amazing, sometimes it's the MC's voice, or the human relationships in the story. But in this book, I feel like it didn't really bring anything new. If in the before, and also Ruth Ware doesn't really get to any point very, very fast. Especially for the after chapters, it feels like in the before chapters things are moving quite fast, or at least in a reasonable pace. But for the after chapter, it's like, oh my god, was I wrong, and I'm really conflicted, and what am I doing, and why did I do this, and why did I do that? There is a lot of introspection, and things move comparatively slowly in the after chapters. And sometimes I felt like the writer or the author kind of didn't really have to do the alternate things. Maybe do one before, two afters, or maybe do two after chapters together so that things move faster in the present, but that really didn't happen. So a lot of things in this book are very long-winded, so that's one thing. The second thing is, one draw of this kind of books would be the relationships between friends, and their relationships, their jealousies, and the secrets, and the dynamics between a bunch of new undergrads. So I that was done reasonably okay, but still I feel like I have read better books, and I have read other books that do those sort of dynamics and relationships better than this book. And in the end, there is always the identity of the killer. That is the big thing, and I also found that to be quite predictable, and it fell sort of flat for me, because you read a lot of thrillers and you start feeling like, okay, this is sus, and that ends up being sus. And the author really doesn't take you on any amazing journey. It's just like, okay, this is what I expected to happen, and that's what happened. And so in the end, and the writing is okay. It's not great, it's not terrible. One interesting point in the book was the MC is pregnant, and that comes into play in terms of building her characters and doing her day-to-day stuff. And I don't think I've seen that before in any thriller. So that's kind of an interesting point that was nice to read about. But other than that, I would not recommend this book if you read a lot of mystery thrillers. You have seen all of this before and you've seen this done better. There's really no reason to pick up this book and go through that again. If you're relatively new in thriller, even then I feel like there are a lot of better options for you. But this is just a one nice little vanilla read. You know, you have nothing better to do. There is just a little mystery. It's not especially violent or gory or anything like that. But other than that, I think if you read a lot of thrillers and even if you read classics like Agatha Christie, you kind of see everything coming that happens in this book. So I would say give this one a pass if you're not really desperate. So I would give it a 2.5 out of 5. And yeah, that's about it for the It Girl. And I actually read a lot of, not a lot, as 3 or 4 other thrillers, but I plan to combine them into one video and make a video for them. In the meantime, enjoy this content, and if you do enjoy it, don't forget to like and/or subscribe. Thank you so much.